What's up, guys? Welcome to Rossie's Clubhouse. I'm happy you guys joined me again for another interview. Tonight, I have Buddy Rahming with me. He's a comedian out of Sacramento, pretty big here, growing. He has comedy show called FunnyBidness.
FunnyBidness.
FunnyBidness. And so let's get this interview going. Buddy, welcome to Rossie's Clubhouse. I'm so happy that you're able to join me. Where did you grow up at? Tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I was born out here in Sacramento. My dad's in the military, so I did a little bit of bouncing around, not too much. I just went from Sacramento, lived in Alaska for a little bit, and then lived in Yuba City for a big chunk of time, and then back out here in Sacramento.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What brought you into comedy?
Acting. Acting was a part of it. Just started off from acting was just being like a comedic actor. Okay. And then from doing that, taking improv classes. And then from improv classes, I kind of led the way into doing comedy. Okay. I guess you could say that's the long answer of it. The short of it is I was just going through depression. I'm like, I got to do something to get out of it. So, yeah.
Okay. What age? Like, when did you start? Like, as far as acting came first. So.
Acting came first. So I've been acting since about 2011.
Okay.
So about 12 years. So that's 22. Started acting when I was like 22. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What was your first project? Do you remember?
First project was it was a movie for actually a local actor out here. His name was Christopher Michael Hawley. Who ended up doing like Smoking Aces and was on a show for like NBC or something like that. I can't remember.
Okay.
But that was the first movie. It was his movie that he was directing, producing. It starred, at the time, it was the DJs on 102.5. It was Wayne and the Specialist, I think it was, and stuff like that.
Okay.
That was the first project I was on.
So guys, just to let you know, I met Buddy on the set of a movie called Hidden in Plain Sight, directed by Misha DeSalle. And Buddy played my romantic interest. He was what was your character, Buddy?
I was a rapper.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Politician or rapper turned businessman. One of the two.
That's right. So he was a rapper turned businessman, trying to get my character Sarah, to get into the Republican Party, and so it was a really good movie. We shot that back in 2022.
2022, yeah. It was at the place called Sacramento Film Festival.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We were in a place called Sacramento Film Festival. And so that was the first time I met Buddy, and I'm sure I'm going to work with him again. Your comedy show, though, FunnyBidness. FunnyBidness. So when did you start that? How did that come about?
FunnyBidness started off my original entertainment company was called Yeah Buddy Entertainment.
Right. Okay.
Started that in like 2020 during the pandemic and stuff like that. Once I moved back out to Sacramento from Yuba City, I was I said just trying to build up my business.
Right.
And that's when I ran into met with my business partner Lamar, like a business mixer. We just hit it off, just started doing comedy shows and stuff like that. But then once we started getting all right, we're gonna try to take this serious and really start, make it a business.
Right.
And that's where the whole FunnyBidness came in, because I handle the whole comedy side, telling jokes, the ha-ha-has and LOLs.
Right.
And then Lamar would handle the business side of things.
Okay.
So that's just kind of how the whole FunnyBidness thing came across. And so that's been a little over a year.
Okay.
A little over a year we've been doing that.
Okay. Mm. When it comes to your jokes, do you write your jokes? Do you have Kevin Hart has a crew that writes with them. Mm. How do you go about writing jokes?
It all just varies. Sometimes it may just be something that that's the weird thing about comedy, because you could just see it right there, and you'd be all I'm gonna just save that in the memory bank, and I'll just wait for me to go on stage and tell it.
Right.
Or sometimes there are jokes where you just sit down and write, or if it's like a group of writers groups where we just get down and just that punchline might this might punch it up a bit right here or something like that. So it really just varies. I've really realized there's no one way to write a joke or to build your joke. It's just it's all incorporated.
Okay. So who influenced you? Who are your favorites?
Who influenced me? I guess you would say the stand, of course you watching David Chappelle.
Okay.
Chris Rock, Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Around those. Richard Pryor.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say Richard Pryor. Mm. Did you watch a lot of stand-up?
Not in. I mean, I think I did. I mean, I watched stand up growing up.
Okay.
You know, and it was always like captivated by it.
Okay.
But never like from the standpoint of like study like, oh, I'm gonna do it. Like not until I actually like started doing stand up that I start watching more stand up. But still always I always wanted to be an actor, be on TV, but, and I always felt that like my best way, if I was going to break into that way, would be the comedy route.
Okay. Would you say that, because right now comedy seems to be the forefront of everything that you do, but you're still acting, because I know that you do commercials. I mean, you're a hand model. Like, can you tell us a little? Can you tell us a little? So, buddy, so listen. So we're on the set of Hidden in Plain Sight, HIPS for short. And I find out that Buddy's a hand model. Not only is he a hand model, you know, like he's a hand model,
like actually published.
Yes,
like I've been,
I've
been done ads for like Albertson, Safeway, and stuff like that.
Clorox.
I was Clorox bleach. I'm the hand model for Beyond Meat's beef jerky line and stuff like that.
I was gonna say that's right.
Me hold of the bag. Yeah, that's and then what else? Facebook. I did stuff for Facebook too.
Really?
Yeah, like back in the day, like they had this one video. It's called like it's called like the Facebook Faceversary or whatever.
Okay,
it's like it's like you like the anniversary that you started Facebook.
Right. Okay.
And it'll go through this whole big old elaborate presentation. Like you go through this roller coaster ride, and then eventually like there's like a present or whatever.
Okay.
And it opens up, and then like a balloon pops out, and it shows like you like how many years you've been on Facebook or whatever. There's like a hand holding the balloon and stuff like that. But that's my hand.
Is it really?
Yeah, letting you know how long you've been on social media.
No way.
Yeah, that was running for like maybe about like 5 years.
I was shocked. I was shocked when I found out he was a hand model. Like I was absolutely shocked.
How do you? 2015 from like 2013 to about 2019, it was like running on Facebook and stuff like that. Yeah.
So like when you got that, when you started hand modeling, that was from an agency. I mean, like
that was from from the very first headshots that I had got. I didn't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
So I was just doing stupid poses with my hands and stuff like that. And the guy that was taking my headshots at the time, he's all like, just let you know, like, stop doing it with your hands. Stop doing what you're doing with your hands, but you got some really nice hands, but just stop doing that. He's always like, but just heads up, man. Like, he's like, I'm not going to take pictures for you because that's not what you paid me for. But in the future, you should get somebody to take pictures of your hands because you could really be like a hand model. Right. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever.
Right.
And then from there, I just was on like, the casting websites. And I just took some pictures of my hands and I just started submitting for work and stuff.
That's
like
awesome.
That. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Do you find it hard to get on stage with comedy? Like when you first had your first show and you got on stage, was that stressful? How was that telling a joke for like the very first time?
Not the first time.
Yeah.
The second time.
Why the second time?
Because the first time you just run off of pure adrenaline. You just like, I don't care. I'll make a fool of myself. I'll just do whatever I want to do to get a laugh and stuff.
Right.
And then you get that laugh and you're like, oh, wow. I want to do that again.
Okay.
And then so you go up and then you try to maybe like repeat it or even just come with something totally different. Like I didn't know that you would tell the same jokes.
Okay. Yeah.
Every time going up, like repetition stuff like that. So the second time is way more nerve-wracking than the first time. Way more.
Do you feel like maybe it was even more nerve-wracking because at that point, like when you first went on stage, you got all those laughs.
Yeah,
and it's like,
and
then the second time.
And you expect it to be like that every time. I'm like, oh, I'm about to, I'm about to hit it with this joke. And I still do that sometimes where you just get into your head too much. Like, I'm going to tell like this, I'm going to tell like this, I'm going to tell like this. And they're going to react like that, and they're going to react like that. And then it's not the way, and then you don't tell it the way you don't tell it. Then they don't react the way you thought. And it's just like, oh, man, now I'm in my head too much.
What's one of your funniest jokes? Okay. Do you have a joke what was the funniest joke that you had that hit like, and everyone's like dying? Because I got to see Buddy live and doing stand up, and I remember when you came on stage, everyone's like really excited and the energy in the room, and you just got up there, you killed it, you told a lot of funny jokes, we were dying, but I'm like, I wonder what joke of his is like the one that's just it hits every time.
I don't know if I have a joke like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because comedy is like. They're like, I mean, not necessarily like laugh, but just to get like people just get like a reaction out of it. I think anytime you talk about something personal, like when you talk about like family or like relationships and stuff like that, anytime and it's honest, it's sincere. Right. I think those are probably just the any of those types of jokes are the ones that usually get the biggest reaction, because those are the ones where people are like, oh, I relate to that. I get that. I know what's going on. Okay, I feel that.
Okay. So your style, it's more of a storytelling. You tell stories, and through the stories comes laughter. And all that type of
punchlines, things of that nature, that stuff like that. And then I'll try to even like just switch it up. I'm not good at dad jokes, but I mean I might try to write something, you know, like stupid, like I don't know, like pun jokes, or just like real quick, like I don't want to say, oh, shock value. That's what it's like. You know, those jokes that you just say where it's like, oh, you think you take somewhere that you just say something, the punchline is just something, it's just shocking. You just say it for the point of just the shock value, and not necessarily for the laugh.
Right. You know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and especially with comedians. I mean, do you feel the pressure to limit what you say? Like, are you careful about what you say? I mean, does that concern you? No?
I'm not at that level yet.
Okay.
I'm cool. Like, you can't cancel me.
Okay, because
I'm not on yet. You know what I mean?
No, because I mean, going to your show, I consider you on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I appreciate
and
that.
And so I would think that even at the stage where you're at, do you feel like if you said something, it could be a career ender? You know what I mean? Like, do you have that pressure of like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get into politics, or I don't want to get into this subject because I don't want to ruin because I'm just starting out.
No, not at all. Because that only if it's not from anybody in the audience.
Okay.
Maybe if it was like the club owner came up to me and was like, hey, yo, that joke you just said, you gotta welcome back to my club no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Only at that point. Right. Then I'm like, oh man, that joke was bad for business.
Right.
But if somebody just is offended at all, I was like, oh, I'm mad at that joke.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hear that.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Like, do you have certain comedians that you would like to work with, or, you know, like as far as movies, do you have those, like your favorites that like, I would love to work with Dave Chappelle, or I'd love to work with so-and-so?
My mindset with that right now, especially with like building up business and just trying to like my whole aspect is like, it like, I get you say like not, it's cool to get put on. Like, you know, say like if I'm on that level, I just got put on, you know what I mean? But right now I'm also at the point where I'm like, it's also cool to like, it's even cooler to like help put people on.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like my whole thing about like people that I would want to work with right now is like, I want like not even nothing like big, like just something small, not small, but like a budget, just me, my group of like comedian friends, actor friends, crew members, and we just get together, we collaborate, and we make a movie that then puts us on.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying, if like whatever knowledge or expertise I have in navigating through the movie industry, along with the comedians who have their experience and knowledge in navigating through the whole comedy scene and then like and things of that nature.
Right.
Those are the type of people that like, if I was like my dream collaboration right now, it would be those types of people. So I'd like comedians like Tristan Johnson or like Rico DeGray or Michael Calvin Jr. up here on like on the actor side, you know what I'm saying? Maybe like Nick Leisure with his directing fields he got going on, or, you know, Lance Woods and things of that nature. Like that, those would be like my dream scenarios of like people to collaborate with right now. And there's no knock against that, you know, other than that, but it's just like, let's put each other on.
Okay. I know that you have Buddy has a podcast called FunnyBidness, but you also have a new podcast that you said you're working on. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the first podcast, FunnyBidness?
Yeah, so the FunnyBidness podcast, that was an interesting start, because the way that got started was me and Lamar, we was just trying to find out ways to we just need content. Okay. And our thing at that time was we was just going out to business mixers, all around town, and just handing out flyers to people, like, come to our shows. Eventually what happened was Lamar, he's like, you know what, man, but we just gotta make you look big time. We just gotta make you look famous or whatever. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So he just had like this camera or whatever, and we would just go out to the business mixer and he would just film me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He would just film me, and then people like, what is this? Right. He'd just come up and talk to us. And then from there, it just kind of turned into like mini interviews. Okay. It's like, well, I'm Buddy, I do this, but what do? You do this? Oh, you do that, da. And so it just kind of grew from that, from just people walking up to them, almost such as hijacking people, just like, hey man, you come over, we're interviewing you right now.
Nice.
And then we just interviews like that at the business mixers.
Okay.
From there, another comedian named D Roc, part of our FunnyBidness family, he he was just on Instagram one day. He's like, man, I think I could see myself doing a podcast or whatever. And so then Lamar had hit him up. He's like, hey, bro, well, we're doing our own little thing, but we're trying to, you know, step our game up too. If you want to collaborate on doing a podcast together, we could do that. So then that's how the whole FunnyBidness podcast then officially became like that, the FunnyBidness podcast. We started off just doing it in like a bedroom, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. But then now we rent out office space, kind of like, you know, just like this and stuff like that. We don't got this much of high-tech equipment. Like you'll see, like you just, like when you do our podcast, we don't got microphones. You just got to project. That's why.
You know, I owe that all to my producer, director, Zach. I mean,
shout out to Zach.
Shout out to Zach. Yeah. Zach puts all this together.
Air fist bumpers.
Air fist bumpers. Jack, or not Jack, Zach. So Zach does all this, and I'm so happy to have it. But I get you. My other show I do, you know, I was in a hallway at first, you know, and then we moved, and now I have an actual room. But I get you. You have to start somewhere.
That's
you
what
know?
it is. We're stepping our game up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So now.
So everything you get, you know, you put back into the business. And so that's what you just told me was about the new podcast that you're doing, right?
So that's the podcast that we're still doing right now. That's still all part of the FunnyBidness
Tell
podcast.
us about the idea of your new podcast that will be dropping.
So so the goal with that is, and we haven't started shooting yet. We're supposed to start shooting at the end of July.
Nice.
And what that is we're just trying to get like, I guess, like an actors roundtable type of thing, or comedians roundtable, but just a group of people who are all in the same, you know, individual entertainment field. And then just sit down and just talk about, you know, their experiences in it, what each of them have gone through, and just just like that.
I always want to know, are you the only child?
No.
What do you have?
I got an older sister, and I got a younger brother.
Are they in the entertainment field? Do they dabble in what you dabble in?
No. No way. You know what? It's funny. No. Well, I show them the things that I do and stuff like that, right? And like my niece it's funny because I like speak of the commercial, like I was an extra in like the Kevin Hart and Steph Curry commercial, that Chase Bank commercial or whatever. Yeah. I just showed that to my sister where I'm like, hey, check it out. Here's another, like, you know, little thing that you see me in or whatever.
Wow.
And so, but like my niece has started to get to that age or whatever where like, because like I said, I've been doing it for as long as she's been alive. You know? But like she started to get to that point out to where like, she see it, like, you know what I mean? Like, she Googled me. You know what I mean? Like, go up and Google me. She's like, buddy, man, you've been doing this, you've been doing this, you've been doing that. I'm like, yeah, you know.
Right.
I've been trying to do, but I try to keep, like, because everybody thinks that it's, like just glamour, and it's just, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even just being on and I'm not even just talking about being on a movie.
Right.
I'm not even talking about, like, the whole, like, lifestyle aspect of it, because I'm, like I said, not in there, but I've been around it to see kind of like, oh, damn, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's like I said, it's all not the glitz and glamour and stuff like that. It's a lot of, it's grimy, it's dirty working on a movie set, you know?
It is.
And so I try to keep, like, family separated from that, just because, and there's, like I said, there's a lot of no's.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of no's.
Yes.
There's a lot of heartbreak.
Don't
you know what I'm saying? And like, see, we know.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to know.
I get that. I get that.
I'm like, unless they decide to, like, you know, I'm gonna pursue it on my own, and then like I'm like, all right, well, if you're going to pursue it, well, let me at least give you some knowledge or something like that. But like, other than that, like, I'm like, no, y'all.
It's
like when people say it's a drug. This bug is addictive, but like, it's not good for you at all.
I remember I had taken a break, like after we shot Hips, Hidden in Plain Sight. I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. You know, not a lot of stuff's coming in, things that I'm auditioning for. It's just not hitting, which really depresses you. And I'm like, I'm just not good for this. I just can't do this. So I was able to get into podcasting, which helped out a lot because it gave me another avenue, because as artists, we just want to create, you know, I just want to create. And so I get that. You have to take a step back, but it is grimy. It is hard work. Yeah. Even doing podcasting, you spend a lot of time filming and recording. I mean, my schedule, you work, right? I mean, you work a totally separate job than doing this.
If y'all need some insurance, can I do my shameless plug?
Do your thing.
If y'all need some car insurance, I'll let your boy, man. The manager. All right.
I just found out that you sold insurance. I was going through your page and finding out more about you, and I'm like, because I thought you did acting, and because you're a hand model and all that, I thought you were doing this like 24, like this was your main gig.
I was doing that. I had like maybe like a good like 3-year run from like 2017 all the way up into 2020, like literally like right before the pandemic. Because like I was working on The Matrix the day before the whole quarantine happened.
Okay.
Like I had a good run where that's literally was all I was doing. I mean, I did some Uber and DoorDash on the side, but I did that because I was out of the Bay Area so much. I was like, I might as well just do this part-time just to put some extra money in my pocket. So that way when the checks do come, it's not like I spent it yet.
Right, I get that.
But then like once the pandemic happened and everything shut down, that's when I went and got my my insurance license.
Okay.
But I only did that just because like going out to like these mixers and, you know, talk to people in the film industry out here.
Right.
Like, man, like 90% of us are like actors.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
And the other 10% of us are the people that do the behind the scenes.
Yep.
And of that 10%, like there's probably like a 0.5 that does insurance.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of, because when I first got into it and getting to know the Sacramento scene, I met a lot of insurance agents, selling houses, just insurance period, life insurance. That is very true.
So that's like there's no like in insurance from the standpoint of like I could insure a movie now.
Okay.
You know, that's what I got my commercial license for now. So I got my commercial license. So now I could just be that guy that people go to, like if it's a short film, a big feature film, even this, you need insurance for your equipment. I got you. You know what I mean? Whatever. Say I'm the plug. I could, you know, but that was just my way just to stay relevant or like at least on some type of aspect to still bring value to the community. Like I'm always looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, what can I bring to the table? And then I look at all the dishes that everybody else is bringing and stuff like, oh, she got some pasta, you know, she got some greens, you know, so she got some mashed potatoes. I'm like, all right, well, ain't nobody bring the cranberry sauce. Let me go, slide that in there. I'm like, well, voila, here's insurance. You know, like, I got y'all,
the funniest movie, funniest funniest comedic movie you've ever seen.
The funniest comedic movie I've ever seen?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I could just go back and watch.
Yeah, that you could like funny every time you watch it.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't know.
Okay, do you like
to come back to that one?
Let me help you out. Let's see. Do you like older films or does it matter? Like Which Way Is Up?
Which Way Is Up?
Richard Pryor.
Oh, see, no, I haven't. No,
you haven't seen that one?
No, see.
Okay. That's what I'm here for, to help you out.
Thank you.
Watch that. Okay. Dave Chappelle. Half Baked.
Yeah, I've seen that baked.
What did you think about Half Baked?
I saw Half Baked before I started smoking weed, so I didn't really learn the appreciation of it.
Gosh.
You know?
Yes.
I saw Half Baked because it was Dave Chappelle. I had no idea it was about weed. I just knew it was about Dave Chappelle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't understand the concept of, like I said, young. I didn't understand the concept of like marijuana or anything. I just seen just like Dave Chappelle, like I'll go see Dave Chappelle. Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Right. Office Space.
Office Space? Nope.
Okay.
People give me all that time. I ain't seen that movie.
Because you remind me of like a Dave Chappelle. Like you would be, you know what I mean? Because you're a comedian for everyone. You know what I mean? There's when going to your show, everyone was there. You know. Black, white, women, like everyone.
They said we had every variety of black people.
Everyone, yes, everyone there. I mean, the show was lit.
It was like a Crayola,
It really was. Yeah. I mean, just a stack. And and you fill the house. I mean, every single one of you guys fill the house. And who was the
Well, shout out to everybody that came through to not only just the Laughs Unlimited show, but shout out to anybody that's come through to like a FunnyBidness show or one of my shows or just supporting Comedy Drill, but mostly the FunnyBidness ones.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all, anybody that's come through, support, follow the YouTube and all that good jazz.
Tell everyone, well, first of all, the Mogul Meetup, because you started that. How did you start that? So I want to get into that.
Okay, yeah, we could get into that. So the Mogul Meetup started from us just going to the networking mixers and just seeing it was a good way to, like, when we went to networking mixers, like I said, everybody there was real estate or insurance or something like that. Nobody really in the entertainment field.
Okay.
So that's kind of how the Mogul Meetup came about.
Okay.
And then also just like, cause we just try to, our goal was to make movies, you know, eventually.
Okay.
So we like, might as well just throw a mix. That way we could just start meeting the people now.
Right.
And then, so that's just kind of how the Mogul Meetup came about. I didn't even come up with the name. I don't know who came up with the name. Somebody just gave it. I think it was Lamar that came up with the name. It had it. Cause they just gave me the flyers and said, here's it goes.
Yeah, that's one of the best mixers that I've ever been to. I mean, I was able, Zach, that's where I met Zach at, was from your mixer. And we just got together and started to brainstorm and came up with this. So the Mogul Meetups, for people out there, Sacramento, whatever, it's a mixer that Buddy holds. You still do that, right? It's still, are you
it's still going on, but we're putting it on a brief pause.
Okay.
Just because like how you say with you and Zach,
yes,
we kind of got to that point to where we wanted to be at,
right?
Like with the Mogul Meetup, like now we do have a full production. Like we have screenwriters, we have people with the camera, stuff like that. So like us right now on the film side of things, like we're kind of like making our own stuff right now, like our own content and all that good jazz. So we're going to bring the Mogul Meetup back. But like I said, right now we're just focusing on. Like it created it was its purpose. It was its purpose. You know, it served its purpose. Now we are, and then once we bring the Mogul Meetup back up, it'll be the Mogul Meetup 2.0.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it really did serve its purpose. I mean, I would not be sitting here if I didn't walk into that meeting that night, and I was so afraid to come because I remember you reaching out and saying, "Rossie, why don't you come?" And you having me come through like really helped out a lot. So I got to meet this great guy. What do you have coming up?
So coming up, when is this going to air?
This will air on a Monday, Zach. So probably next Monday.
Next Monday. So that's the
5th, I believe. The 5th
or the 1st?
No, no.
Or the 3rd. It's like the 3rd or something.
Yeah, because the 4th of July is on Tuesday. So it's the 3rd. The 3rd.
Okay, cool. I know that. All right, then, y'all. So you can catch me this week at Tommy T's. Actually, FunnyBidness Comedy. We are having our very first show in the Bay Area. We're going to be at the Tommy T's in Pleasanton. So on that lineup, we have Jose Contreras. We got Jerry Law. We got myself, of course. We got Tristan Johnson. We got Rico the Great headlining. And we got Big Sass hosting it, holding it down and stuff like that. And shout out to Big Sass for really getting us the hookup and the play. Just really well, all the comedians in general, but Big Sass was the one that hooked us up with this show. Nice. So all the comedians that really supported us and referring people to us and everything like that. It's been real cool.
Do you have anything else coming out?
Yeah. So coming out then after that we have there's the short film that we have in pre-production. And then the 420 show in August. So in August, I don't know if I can't say the location of it yet, but in August we do have the 420 show at the 420 Lounge. That's not the name of the spot, but it's a 420 friendly lounge. We're gonna be doing a comedy show there.
Nice.
So that's gonna be lit. Literally lit.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolutely. Because the weed smoking lit.
That was a
absolutely.
Joke.
Zach, what do you got?
What's going on, buddy?
What's going on, Zach? How you doing?
Dude? Good. I appreciate everything that you do. Like the Mogul Meetup was like a really cool thing.
Hey, thank you.
I'm sad I haven't really been able to like go to another one because I've had my hands full.
But so that's the point of it. Like I ask people that all the time because it kind of, like I said, it did kind of fall off. And I was like, man, what happened? But why? They're like, hey, bro, we've been busy.
Yeah,
man. We was networking. We got it and stuff. I'm
yes.
Like, well, I can't be mad at that.
Right.
So I have a huge appreciation for stand-up. Like most podcasts I listen to are just like stand-up comedians and such. One of my favorite like bits that people talk about is like heckler stories. Do you have any notable heckler stories?
Any notable heckler stories?
Yes, that's a good one.
Man, I don't get heckled too bad. What used to get in my mind was like just people like talking back to me, like but like seriously like so engaged like with what I was saying that they just felt that like compelled to like just say something. Like when I was first started coming, I was like, why are you talking to me? Like we just talk about joke and stuff like leave me alone. But like they're like, no man, we like, and I was like, I don't know about like, but like hecklers like no, you know what was I don't even think it's funny, but I think like when I first started doing comedy, like the one like heckler out like would come like my dad. My dad would always
for real.
Yeah,
for
that
real.
was probably like
that's
one.
Messed up.
It's so like I'm like, why are you doing this?
That's so messed up.
like you bought a ticket, you came here to support me, and you're just gonna talk through the whole show like this. Do you not want me to be successful? Like, They're like, who bought the talking parents? Who bought the?
That's so hilarious. That's good.
Who bought the dad? Don't shut
That's
the fuck
good.
up. Like, I'm glad he came to support
That's
you, but
good.
damn, tell him to shut up.
That's funny. That's
Your
funny.
parents have always been supportive in your endeavors.
My mom for sure. Most definitely. My dad, he's been supportive, but he's always that one cautious parent. You know, he's all like, man, you better have like a backup plan.
Right.
He's like, I'm like, do what you do, man. As long as it gets you out of my house, you know, do what you got to do. But like, no, but for the most part, yeah, no, my parents have always been supportive, which is been the key.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay.
Question I have is, I was pursuing film on my own in Wisconsin, and that's where I learned most of my set, pieces and everything, working on documentaries and everything. And then coming back here to SAC, I realized like how spread out everything is. It seems like there's like a million film groups on Facebook.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, there was only like one central one who would meet up once a month, and it was just like tight.
Yeah.
And everyone just like knew each other and worked in. What can Sacramento do to just like turn that around?
Hey, you know what? I don't know what it is, because like I get what you're saying, because I'm the type of person that like, I mean, I just don't care. I'm gonna just go pull up wherever. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like I'll go, like if they got the Access Sacramento, I'm gonna go check in with the Access Sacramento, or there's a CFF, I'm gonna go check in with them, or if it's the CFAA, I just go check it. Like I'm the type of person that go like be around. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they're like talking to those people, say that there's always those people that are like, man, we don't. Damn, man, I don't. Damn, man, I'm all like, I was like, what's going on, man? Right. Like, can we just like that answer to that? I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. I think what it is. I think what we have to do is understand. Like, I think that too many people try to take it like it's an industry up here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so they try to emulate that whole. Oh, I think if this is what they're doing in LA to be successful, that's what I have to do to be up here to be successful. And if that's from the case of being like Mr. Flamboyant, all of the camera and or or like actually trying to like finance movies and build up your own studio or whatever. That's all good and well, but I think, like I said, we just have to understand that it's community up here rather than industry. Right. Yeah. So just it's like having beef with your neighbor. Right. You know what I mean?
It is family. I mean, when I got here and started getting to the business here, I did that. I signed up with the CFF. I went to a lot of their meetings. They would have guest speakers, but everyone would help out, and they would be like, you got to know Sally Forsyth, all this other stuff anyways. But I felt like we had a nice community here. It was more family here. You know?
And the thing that also is like, it's like, even like when you like a lot, that's like they do it for themselves, and of course you got to do it for yourself.
Absolutely.
So you got, but it's kind of like they'll like people will hear this, they're like, oh, I know who he's talking about. but it's like you'll do everything you can to help support and push up whatever respective community, whatever it is that you're a part of, organization or whatever. Yeah. But you sometimes get that sense of feeling that like that won't be reciprocated. Right. Okay. Okay. And so then that's where everybody else who kind of like just floats around it, they just get lost because they're like, damn, I could, I'm pushing, I'm trying to do this, you know what I'm saying? But like at the end of the day, it doesn't get me very far, because at the end of the day, the success that you are trying to reach, it's handicapped by the ceiling that they are already set.
Yeah, I get that. I absolutely get that.
Like, let's say like with hips or whatever. Like, so like, I don't know what happened to that other version that we had did.
Yeah.
But but we did that for a reason. Right. Because we found out that like with the PCS or whatever, there's a cap to what they're willing to do for you. Right. So then it's like, damn, what am I gonna do? Even where other organizations you're gonna go to, like if you want to do something for like try to get into the Sacramento International Film Festival, damn near majority of those films ain't from Sacramento. Right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta like you gotta do maybe like the 48 hours or something, or maybe one of the little ones, unless you just happen to do a film out here that happened to get big. Yes. And then it, blew up, right. Cause other than that, it's like, well, I just got to stick to doing like, this small project or whatever. Yeah. And those things could be deflating.
Yeah,
those things could be super deflated, man. If I do another 48 hour,
that's why I appreciate it. But yeah, the 48 hours, I didn't do it this year. I didn't do a place called SAC this year. Mm-hmm. My thing is this, create your own opportunity. That's your thing. Mm-hmm. You can create your own opportunity. Mm-hmm. And that's what I decided to do by getting into podcasting was creating my own opportunity so that I can give myself another door to get into, which actually does help. But it takes a lot of work. But I think that you can, and meeting, you guys and Lamar and all that, I like the fact we can all help each other.
But by doing that, that's how you build the community. Because like I said, like you here now, but like next week or next month, you're going to be on our podcast.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what it's like. You help each other.
We help each other. Exactly, right.
Going back to the Mogul Meetup, that's why I did it. And that's why I also kind of like when I did it, I was like, all right, well, I don't want to bring on like, some special guest speaker or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's just going to take up all the attention from all the other people in the room. And then, but at the same time, I don't want to like, oh, we're going to, film contest, get everybody here. So then that way you could just make a film that I could just show and profit off of later. You know what I mean? It's like, everybody just come here, network, talk to people, whoever you don't know or whatever that you may need. Just talk to them. I don't give a damn. Just build, build and grow. And so that's that. I guess that was the real meaning behind the Mogul Meetup because knowing how the film industry could be up here, people just need that. Is the Mogul Meetup was kind of like the Underground Railroad up like that for like what I'm saying? Not too many people knew about it, but the people that did, they gained their freedom. You know what I mean?
Yes, Zach and I are those people that gained our freedom. That is so very true. So very true. And that was a big thing. I mean, that was legendary what you did because, like you said, I stopped coming because I was doing this. Just got busy. So, like you said, it served its purpose. But I think it's good for new artists that, like you said, are not knowing what to do or how to get from A to B to go to a meeting like yours and meet someone like Zach or the people that you work with and then have somewhat a direction, but I am big for us helping each other out so that we can all grow together and come up together. So I appreciate you coming on and I hope you come back.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
You guys, this is Buddy Rahming, FunnyBidness. Check them out.
FunnyBidness. Yeah, Buddy E&T.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.